I lied about a huge part of my life, and now I don't know how to tell the truth. I 29F have been lying about a huge part of my life for years, and I think I finally reached the point where the truth is going to come out whether I'm ready for it or not. I never meant to lie in the beginning. It started as one small omission, then another, and suddenly people saw me as someone who had her life together in ways I never actually did. They see stability, confidence, success. They see someone who knows what she's doing. They see a version of me that feels like a character I've been forced to keep performing because stopping would shatter everything I've built. The original lie was stupid. 6 years ago, when I met my current friend group, someone casually asked where I'd after high school. I panicked because I didn't want to admit I had dropped out of college after one semester. I felt like a failure back then, with a messy home life and no safety net, and everyone around me seemed so polished. So instead of telling the truth, I said, "Oh, I graduated from state communications degree." It felt harmless because I didn't think I'd ever see these people again. But I did. They became my closest friends. And every time something came up that required me to reference my education, I had to keep doubling down on the lie. When someone joked about student loans, I played along. When someone mentioned a professor, I nodded like I remembered them. When a new friend asked for resume help, I had to fake expertise I didn't have. The lie solidified itself into the foundation of how everyone understood me. Then came lie number 2, the job. I have a decent job now, but years ago I told my friends I was working in junior management when I was actually a cashier barely scraping by. I didn't want them to think less of me. I didn't want to be the poor friend barely surviving while they talked about vacations and promotions. Eventually, I did get a better job, but the title I claimed kept getting more impressive because I didn't know how to backtrack. So now they think I'm doing far better financially than I am. They think I have savings, investments, a career trajectory. Meanwhile, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, terrified someone will ask why I never host anything at my place or why I always forget my wallet when plans get too expensive. The worst part is that the more successful and stable they thought I was, the more they leaned on me emotionally. I became the strong friend, the one who gives advice, the one who's calm in every crisis. It felt good to be needed. It felt good to be admired. It felt good to be the version of myself I wished I actually was. But every time I helped someone through a breakdown or a major life decision, I felt this twisting guilt inside me because they were trusting the wisdom of someone who can barely manage her own life. Recently the lies started catching up to me. Someone asked about my alma mater during a group conversation, and one friend got excited and said her cousin went there. She asked what dorm I lived in. I froze. I mumbled something vague, but I could see her face change. She knew. Or at least she sensed something was off. Then another friend asked when I was planning to move up in my company, since they assumed I was climbing the ladder. I panicked again and said I was taking time to reevaluate, but internally I felt like I was going to collapse under the weight of pretending. The truth is that pretending has become exhausting. I can't keep up the version of me they think exists. I'm scared one day they'll need me and I won't have the perfect answer. I'm scared they'll look at me and finally see the mess behind the mask. I'm scared they'll feel betrayed, not because of the lies themselves, but because I let them love someone who wasn't real. The worst part is that the lie wasn't about manipulating anyone. It was about survival. I didn't want to be the friend everyone pitied. I didn't want to be the burden. I didn't want my trauma to make me the broken one in a group of stable, well-adjusted adults. But now I'm stuck between two impossible choices: keep lying forever or tell the truth and risk losing the only people who've ever made me feel safe, even if they were loving a version of me I invented. I don't know how to confess without losing everything. I don't know how to keep pretending without hating myself more each day. I don't know which version of me they'll believe, the one they know or the one I really am. I just know the truth is coming, whether I'm ready or not.